It is 5:12 right now. For the first time in decades, a major lunar event over the skies this morning. 13 ABC's Mackenzie Keyline. She joins us live from the Ritter Planetarium on the UT campus with much more.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. So what's happening today is 3 events all at once. It's a super blue blood moon. And to break it all down for us, we're going to bring in here Alex Mack, the Associate Director here at UT Ritter Planetarium. Good morning.
Good morning.
So explain exactly what is a super blue blood moon.
Well, the supermoon happens about 3 or 4 times a year, and that's when the moon is relatively close to the Earth. It's close as it can get, and that's just because the moon's orbit is elliptical. That happens 3 or 4 times a year. It's a blue moon because it's the second full moon in a calendar month. We had our first full moon this month on January 1st, so now we have one 29 and a half days later today. So that makes it a blue moon. And then on top of that, we're having a lunar eclipse, which typically happens about once a year or so. And the eclipse will start at 6:48 this morning.
When was the last time we've seen something like this?
The last time we saw a lunar eclipse here in Toledo was a couple of years ago. The last time all 3 of these came together visible over North America was in the 1860s.
So what does it look like for us here in the Toledo area? What can we expect to see when this event happens?
Unfortunately, not too much.
No?
The eclipse starts very gradually at 6:48. Really won't be visible. You really won't notice anything different until about 7 o'clock, 7:15. But by 7:50, the sun is rising. And on top of this, all of this is happening relatively close to the western horizon. And I think last time I saw it was cloudy.
All right. Well, Alex, thanks so much. Again, happening today, it's the super blue blood moon. Chances of seeing it here in Toledo, not that great. Better out west, but we'll continue to have more on this event coming up in the next half hour. For now, we'll send things to Ross with a check of your weather.
Now, 13 ABC First Warning Weather with meteorologist Ross Ellett.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Yeah, we are tracking that lunar eclipse for today and the weather coming along with it. Unfortunately, we've got a cloudy sky right now, and that looks like it'll hold on as we go throughout the morning hours. Hoping for a few breaks here and there, but again, not ideal viewing conditions. At 7:46 is when the moon.
13 ABC's Mackenzie Keyline joins us live from UT's Ritter Planetarium. Good morning.
Good morning, Sasham. So what's happening today is called a super blue blood moon, extremely rare for this area. And to talk more about it, I have Alex Mack with us, the Associate Director here at Ritter Planetarium. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
My pleasure.
So we have not seen a super blue blood moon since, you said, about the 1860s. What makes it such a rare occurrence?
Well, we actually have 3 things happening today. The first is it's a supermoon, and that just means that the moon is close to the Earth in its orbit around the Earth. And that happens 3 or 4 times a year. The second thing happening is that it's a blue moon, which basically means that we're having 2 full moons in the same calendar month. And that happens about every 3 years or so. But on top of all that, we also have a total lunar eclipse today. And what happens here is, as you can see on your graphic, the moon is going to travel into the shadow cast by the Earth.
So we won't actually be able to see it here in our area, but just describe, you said the best views on the West Coast. What will they be seeing this morning?
Well, at about 6:48 our time, the moon enters the Earth's shadow, and over the course of the next hour, the moon will slowly get into the Earth's shadow and get darker and darker and darker until right around 7:52, when the moon will be totally in the Earth's shadow for a couple minutes. And that's where you get the word blood from, because of air pollution and pollutants in the atmosphere. The moon will kind of turn an orangish red color. It'll be really spectacular on the West Coast.
Yeah. Not so much here, though. We won't be able to see it, but we can still come here to the Ritter Planetarium, and you said there'll be shows going on all day.
We have shows every Friday night at 7:30, and a children's show every Saturday at 1 o'clock.
All right. Alex, thanks so much. Again, a super blue blood moon happening this morning. Our view won't be that great, but on the West Coast is when you can really see it, and we'll have much more coming up in the next half hour. For now, we'll send things to Ross with a look at your weather.
Yeah, Mackenzie, here we're going to be keeping an eye also on the NASA feed as well as that is taking place. Here at home, we've got a problem because the clouds are pretty thick outside right now. We're hoping for a few breaks. We're somewhat optimistic here, but right now it is cloudy, and there really aren't a whole lot of really clues to let us know that that's going to change here in the next couple of hours or so. A lot of clouds. A little bit of the clearing will develop, it looks like, mid to late morning, just after the eclipse comes to an end. But 6:48 this morning to 7:46, that's the timeline that we're looking at. And again, as Mackenzie's been reporting on, not a whole lot will change until about 7 o'clock or so, and that's really a better time. So about 7 to 7:45-ish or so is when we're looking. If we do get a break in the clouds, that will be the time to look up and find that moon, which will be closer to the western horizon at that